This is something that we can't help.
We didn't create the canyons and the waterways that are already in existence.
More regulations cost you more money, and farming is a tight business.
We just want to be left alone. We don't need any more regulations, any more controls on water that's just here.
Back in 1972, Congress passed the Clean Water Act, which gave them jurisdiction over navigable waters. Congress included the phrase navigable very specifically to ensure and kind of limit the scope of what the federal government could regulate and what they gave the authority of the states to regulate. So essentially what the EPA did is they came up with a scientific document that said all bodies of water are connected, and thus we need to be able to regulate virtually every body of water out there. That a definition also includes low-lying areas or places where water only congregates during heavy rainfall events.
This pond is here when it rains, and it dries up when it doesn't, of course. And this year we've gotten quite a bit of rainfall, and so we've got water here that's going to be here for a long time, and these are the waters that EPA would like to control.
What we're nervous about on EPA's ruling is probably 1 out of every 4, maybe 2 out of every 4 years, this will have water in it. So if we want to farm through this when it's dry and use it as a farm ground, well, we have to get a permit.
It's a regulatory grab or a power grab by the EPA and the Army Corps. The reason that Congress gave the states the ability to regulate smaller water bodies is they know what's best for those water bodies within their own state. They know what works, what doesn't work, and when the EPA has the ability to come in and regulate these, not only are they going to put an additional regulatory burden on farmers and ranchers, but they're also going to go far beyond what state regulatory agencies would even do. And state regulatory agencies are the ones that have the relationships and really the understanding of how water works within their own state. And so a farmer would have to apply for a permit, and there's nothing within the regulation or in law that says EPA and the Corps need to grant you that permit. And so it really comes down to the EPA and the Army Corps truly controlling what a farmer can do with his property and when they can do certain things with their property.
I'm out here to farm. I want to be in my tractor, watch my crops, not sitting at my office all the time filling out paperwork. And it's my experience, anytime you deal with government paperwork, it takes twice as long to get it done and get it back and get the okay on it.
In my opinion, it's damn crazy when you've got government regulations that dictate what family farms and ranches have been doing for 100 or 200 years around here. You worry about what you're leaving for the next generation. You know, I got young kids here that will take over this someday, and you want it least restrictive as possible.
Submitting comments is going to be unbelievably important when it comes to allowing not only your voice to be heard, but then allowing and making sure EPA can see that you all are opposed to it. Joining Farm Bureau and the other ag organizations, a part of Common Sense Nebraska, and trying to send that message to the EPA, send it to Congress, and let them know that it needs to be pulled back.
We have a smaller voice, and if we all speak with one voice, it can make a difference.